Hello, my name is Aaron, and today I'm going to explain the relationship between money supply growth and inflation using the quantity theory of money. So first, what's the quantity theory of money? Quantity theory of money is a concept that stipulates the relationship between the amount of money someone has and the number of times someone spends that money compared to the current prices of goods and real GDP. So this concept stands on certain assumptions. The first is that both sides of this equation, which I'll have somewhere on the screen, are equal to nominal GDP, that is the prices of goods and services compared to the quantity of goods and services in an economy. And the second is that real GDP and velocity, which was the amount of time someone spends that money, are relatively stable compared to the money supply. And three, changes in the money supply do not affect the quantity of goods and services sold in the long run. So these assumptions allow us to come to conclusions about inflation. But what is inflation? Well, inflation is the overall increase in the cost of goods and services, but it can be more understood as the difference between the increase in money supply and real GDP growth. So the conclusion that we're coming to is that if the amount of times money gets spent and the amount of goods and services sold doesn't change much, then inflation will be primarily caused by increases in the supply of money in the short term. So let's go through a historical example to see this in action. So we'll go to the Weimar Republic, which is 1920s Germany. Post-World War II, Germany had been saddled with an extremely high debt to pay due to the Treaty of Versailles. The Weimar Republic, the German government, printed money to pay these debts. But this rapid injection in the money, increase in the money supply, without an increase in production of real goods, caused rapid inflation, causing the costs of daily essentials like bread to be worth trillions of their local currency, effectively making it worthless. The ramifications of this hyperinflation ruptured the social stability and faith in the country's leadership. People starved, people lost jobs, people couldn't afford to eat, afford medicine, etc., etc., etc. This scenario paved the way for certain other governments that came later to take root and cause many things that we now have to deal with in the future. That guy that we all know of was able to come into power because of this mismanagement of the country's economy. Who knows? If there was a different way that they took the government of 1920s Germany when it came to paying off this debt, we might not have had all those wars that we have now. I hope this was a informative and good explanation of inflation using the quantity theory of money. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.